Anyway, welcome everyone to the next game of the stream. It's going to be Nicov playing as Persians in the northwest of the map versus MbL playing as Celts in the southwest. For these civilizations, it used to be one-sided in favor of the Celts, but now with the Commandaran crossbows for the Persians, they do get another dimension to their army compositions on land. They used to be very unidimensional before, but yeah. They're going to start with 50 extra wood. They're going to start with 50 extra food as well. They are going to have 5, 10, 15 and 20% faster working TCs and docks, depending on the age, starting Dark Age up until Imperial Age, of course. TCs are also going to have twice the HP, so 4800. And the team bonus is 2 bonus damage against archers from Knight line units. So Knights, Cavalier, Paladin, they're going to be extremely good against archer type units. For MbL, on the other hand, who's playing Celts, he's going to have 15% faster working lumberjacks, 15% faster moving infantry units, which is what used to make them so freaking good against cavalry units or cavalry civilizations for that matter. You just have more mobile pikemen and eventually halberdier as well. On top of that, they are also going to have 20% faster shooting siege weapons, which is awesome. If you pair that with the Furor Celtica upgrade, right, you have some of the best siege in the game. Besides that, they are going to have a final bonus of not losing herdable animals as long as they are within one Celt's unit's line of sight. And for the team bonus, it's going to be 20% faster working siege workshops. That's about it. Thanks for the quality casting. Thanks so much for holding on, even with all the technical issues, man. Like, there's still 200 people here. That is so freaking nuts. MbL and Celts, dream team. What do you think he's gonna go for? I think he's probably gonna go for pikemen and siege. It's a very common army composition when going for Celts against a primarily cavalry-driven civilization. And yeah, even though Persians are not going to have commander and crossbows that do not cost gold whatsoever, with some good micro, I think MbL might be able to even make it cost effective for him to go for siege. I guess it depends as well. I mean, Nicov is still a very good player too, so it's not like MbL's gonna steamroll him. As a matter of fact, Nicov's right now, I think, the 3rd highest rated player in the entire world. But yeah, I don't know about his mental state. Like, he might be kind of demotivated after losing to Leary earlier today. By the way, sorry about the spoilers. Oh no, now I ruined it for a lot of people. Damn it. Well, anyway, that's the past. Let's talk about the map generation. MbL is going to have the main goal on the back as well as a secondary stone. Could potentially go for a few walls over here, or from here to here. He would be able to secure this. Just going to be very good for him. Then for Nicov, on the other hand, he's going to have a back gold as well, but he's going to have another back gold, so this is going to be the secondary goal for Nicov. But it's going to be around the wool line, so it's not going to be as accessible for him. The stone, on the other hand, secondary stone for Nicov is going to be forward, main stone is going to be forward. Oh, man, rough map generation for the red player. While the main stone is going to be forward for MbL, he already has this one, so he doesn't really have to worry about it that much. Secondary goal for MbL is going to be forward, but he's going to manage to wall this in his base. And the 3rd goal is going to be on the back, but it's going to be kind of far away from the TC. Chat overlay is a bit broken. What is it? Oh. yeah, of course. That is Age of Empires Murphy's Law. But yeah, MbL is gonna bring a few militias up here. It's gonna be able to do anything though. I find it kind of surprising that Nicov didn't manage to wall this in time, even after spotting the militias. And now MbL is even gonna be able to sneak in with the militias straight past the diagonal gate from Nicov. Man, I really hope Nicov doesn't call a GG over here. But I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he does it. Okay, so he's going for the quick walls and he managed to get them up. At the very least, MbL is not going to be able to do any further damage, I guess, besides the eco damage, the idle time as well. really disrupting Nikov's eco for the most part. And it's quite clear at this point that both players are going to be trying to go for fast castle. MbL is going to find himself in a much better spot, as he's going to be the one doing the aggression right now. Eventually ends up losing all 3 militias though. That was extremely sloppy. I don't know if he thought Nicov was not going to pay attention to his TC, despite like 90% of his economy being in one screen. But might have just been a misclick from MbL. Who knows? Fuel H now is on the way for both players. We are going to have 2 extra villagers for Nicov though. Some quick maths time. So 5% faster working TCs means that for each 20 villagers you train, you are going to have 1 extra villager for free in terms of training time, not in terms of cost, of course. And yeah, you start with 3 villagers. At this point, Nicov already got 1 extra villager just from the bonus for the Persians. Now as they go up to Fuel Age, that is going to extend to 10% faster working TCs, which means that for each 10 villagers MbL goes on each of his TCs, Nikov's going to be able to have 1 extra villager out of however many TCs he chooses to go for. We are going to see a barracks coming up, so that is a good indication that Nikov's going to want to go for probably a stable and a blacksmith in Fuel Age, as opposed to going for just a blacksmith and a market. And MbL already had the barracks, right? Yeah, he went for the drush. So he might just go for the same. Playing as a Celts though, I don't think he's going to be going for a stable. Instead, he's probably going to be going for a blacksmith, or for sure. I mean, he's going to want to transition into Siege Workshop in Castle Age. Could potentially be a blacksmith and a market, I think, for him. Could try to go for an archery range, but against Persians, that is borderline suicidal. So yeah, it's going to be a market for him. Blacksmith is somewhere. Where's your blacksmith, MbL? MbL! Where is it? He doesn't have the resource. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. And Nicov? Nikov's gonna be getting the stable up. Where's the blacksmith? Blacksmith's coming up over here. Resources are gonna be looking a little bit better for MbL right now, even though he does not have enough gold to click up just yet. He's got a little bit more food. For farmers though, farmer count's gonna be higher for Nicov, so he's gonna be able to catch up. And he's gonna be able to click up eventually. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. He's idling his TC a little bit, so you can see just those few seconds that MbL managed to sneak into Nikov's economy in Dark Age disrupted Nikov's economy in such a way that it's having repercussions right now in Fuel Age that are really making it harder for him to go for fast castle as cleanly as he could have otherwise. Now, while both players are going to be clicking up at the same time, Nicov might have been able to click up faster than MbL, like significantly faster than MbL, if that didn't happen. So props to the blue player for being able to sneak the militias, doing a good amount of damage, despite not taking villagers or anything. Build order test turned into play and practice tournament set against some mid 1700 blue player. Actually only lost 3-1, that sounds good, that sounds good. Let's see what are we gonna get here. Nicov is gonna be going for Spearman, and MbL is gonna be going for Spearman as well. Don't have any upgrades just yet, so we don't have an indication of... Yeah, we don't have an indication of army composition from any of these players, except for the stable, of course, from Nicov. Well, let's see. Now both players are gonna be in Castle Age. We're gonna go a little bit faster. We can just skip the waiting time. Otherwise, the Age of Empires music plays the elevator roll music. Elevator music roll, anyway. And there we go. Nikov's gonna be in Castle Age a little bit faster, and he's going to go right away into Nice and get in the Siege Workshop up as well. What is MbL gonna do? MbL is probably gonna need to go for Pikeman. Is probably gonna be sending a villager forward to go for a Siege Workshop. There we go. There we go. Sneaky villager as well. I don't think Nicov is expecting this. No, he's not. I don't think there's a way for him to expect that anyway. 4 spearmen for each player. We should be seeing the pikeman upgrade coming up from MbL very soon. But he's gonna be prioritizing siege. He needs to get the units out before he starts going for upgrades. So it's understandable. Also, he doesn't really want to spend as many resources into that at this point in time. Nikov's got the knights over here. Is gonna end up losing one knight. Gonna be taking only one spearman in exchange. So very, very cost-effective trade over there for MbL. And even though Nicov is going to have a higher KD ratio over here. Oh! Good shot! Good shot from the Mangonel. Yeah, I am still liking MbL's position here a little bit more. Now, when you're playing Persians, yes, you are going to be for the most part a cavalry predominant civilization, right? So even though you do get commander and crossbows right now, you do need to get for a castle. You need to go for a castle, sorry. You need to get the upgrade. It's kind of expensive to get to that point. So until that happens, it's going to be a predominantly cavalry-driven civilization. The good thing for Nicov is that the TCs from Persians are so freaking tanky that even though MbL is going to start pushing with pikemen and siege, it's not going to be an easy task for him to push Nicov. If this was against any other cavalry civilization, like probably Huns, maybe Indians even, or Franks, I don't know, it'll be so much worse for the other player. But Nikov's gonna be alright here. It's going to take a long time for the TCs to go down. It's going to give Nicov plenty of time to react. And right now, Nikov's even going to be 5 villagers ahead when compared to MbL's villager count. That TC is going to go up for sure, and now Nicov is going to approach with 1 Mangonel. That's going to be a 1-for-0 trade. And can he make it the 2-for-0? He's going to try. He's going to try, but he cannot quite connect the shot. And we have 2 Mangonels over here, so Nicov can even afford to lose 1 Mangonel and still be on parity when compared to MbL's own army. And there we go. That is going to be 1-for-1. Now we are going to have 1 Mangonel left over here for Nicov, but he's going to have to clutch it up against 2 Mangonels from MbL, and that was good, but what? That was not quite as good as I was kind of anticipating over there. He ends up taking the Mangonel though, without taking a single bit of damage. And now that was about as even of a trade as you can. Yeah, okay, that ends up going in favor of MbL, for sure. What is MbL gonna go for? In favor of Nicov, sorry. What is MbL gonna go for? Gonna go for more Mangonels. Now I'm gonna start that in a stable, alright. So it's going to be knights just to try and snipe the Mangonels. And it's going to be siege for everything else. So, the thing about this is, MbL is going for monks too, and Celt monks are some of the worst monks in the game. Even though Persians are also some of the worst monks in the game, I am still liking Persians a little bit more over here. 2 versus 2 Mangonels. All of the action going on the left-hand side of Nikov's base. Nothing else happening in the rest of the map. Nikov's still gonna find himself a few villagers ahead of MbL. And MbL gonna manage to take 1 Mangonel without losing his. And over here, Nikov's gonna try to take this, and that is going to be a 1-for-0. Might be able to clutch it up over here versus MbL. 2 Mangonels for the red player, only 1 Mangonel for MbL, sorry. Make that 2 Mangonels now. And remember that the Celt Siege Workshop is going to be working 20% faster. So faster shooting siege weapons, faster working siege workshops as well. And over here, that is actually very good for Nicov. That is actually very good for Nicov. MbL did manage to deal a lot of damage to that Mangonel though, and now Nicov is going to be repairing those units. Have you ever seen a more like a siege battle sustained for so freaking long? They're just going for siege as if they were spearmen or scouts in Feudal Age. So many Mangonels. I can bet that probably 50% of the KD is just siege weapons. That's probably like the 10th Mangonel coming forward from MbL. Good stuff, man. Now he's gonna bring a few spearmen forward too. And let's see what he manages to do with those. By the way, I just realized that my title, the stream title is kind of outdated, sorry. So, should be on right now. Is it working fine now? please let me know. Second siege workshop coming out for MbL. He's already way too invested into this strategy. He's not gonna want to bail. He's just gonna want to make this work however possible. It is? Alright, thank you. Appreciate it. MbL's finding himself in a similar situation to when you go forward in fuel age for a trash and you end up losing your original batch of villagers, right? You just end up sending 7 extra villagers and you go YOLO. MbL's really investing into this and he really wants to make it work. To be fair, I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Nicov's been playing this very well. He's also been on multiple TCs the entire time. He's still going to have a nice villager lead. It's going to be 5 extra villagers when compared to MbL and MbL. It's gonna be on 3 TCs as well. Like Nicov's base, we're finally going to see MbL pushing against the siege workshop, but Nikov's going to have 1 mangonel still to make use up, and he's going to be going for another one now. It's going to be 3 mangonels for MbL. Let's see if he can make this work. That was very good for MbL. Not quite though. If the mangonel is not dead, you shouldn't count it. Even a 1 HP mangonel can do so much damage, and that was a very good shot for Nicov. Now it's going to be 2 for 0. Is that going to be 3 for 0? He's gonna try. He's gonna try. An MbL. Oh my god, that was so good for Nicov. Ends up taking 3 mangonels from MbL almost for free. And now he's gonna be sending that knight forward. And this mangonel is also gonna be going down. Or is it? MbL manages to save it just barely. Resources for both of these players are gonna be looking kind of even. Nicov's gonna have more stone and more gold, as well as more food. Alright, so it's gonna be looking a little bit better for Nicov overall. And that was so good for Nicov once again. MbL's really struggling against him. There's going to be an even trade, but at this point, Nicov, take a look at that. He managed to get 5 extra units from MbL. 5 of those units were mangonels. That is not cheap army, man. That is not a cheap army. Gotta go, mate bear? Alright, alright. See you next time. Oh, Allgame, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat that much. Yeah, we got a T90 host. Take care, mate. Have a good one. Good stuff over here. MbL is gonna try to equalize things. Now again, he's going to get the lead in terms of numbers. He's going to have 3 mangonels versus only 1 for Nicov. Nicov does not really have a lot of space to maneuver his mangonel around over here, unfortunately. So this might just be the beginning of MbL's real push against Nikov's base, and Nikov's TC is gonna start taking damage from 2 mangonels. Might end up losing 1 mangonel over here, or is it going to be a 1 for 0? Almost losing 1 mangonel. Nikov's just gonna manage to save this mangonel, barely. These knights from MbL, Celt knights by the way, who would have thought? They're gonna end up being very, very good for him. Nice picks. Gonna end up taking 2 monks. Without taking too many losses as well. So that TC is gonna go down. What is Nicov gonna do? He needs to react to this. Persian TCs are gonna be tanky for sure, but you're only going to have that much time to react, right? Nicov right now is going for his own knights. Could potentially go for camels if he wanted to, but against the pikemen and the monks, that's probably not going to be a great idea. As you want the punching power of the knights, right? Both units can get converted, but knights, once they reach their target, they're going to be taking them down much faster. Now MbL is going to be on 6 mangonels, going to be taking down the tower from Nicov over here. The villager count is still going to be 12 higher for Nicov, but his economy is not really going to be working very well over here. He's got 46 idle villagers. It is starting to look like the GG for sure, and MbL is going to have 4 mangonels still here to take advantage of. Is going to have 4 knights and a few monks still left alive, or 1 monk and a few spearmen. But Nikov's having a hard time. He used to have a very nice KV against MbL, Now he's still going to have a nice KD, but MbL is not going to care about that. He's going to care about pushing. He's going to care about pushing hard. And Nicov, because really struggling to hold on. Another Magna bite in the dust. What can he do at this point? So the best thing you can do in Castle Age against a siege push is to go for a castle. Right now Nicov does not have enough stone, unfortunately. He did have a little bit, but he used it to go for the TC, and he used it to go for the tower. But you can see how MbL was very clinical in the way that he pushed Nicov to make sure that he, at the very least, denied some stone from him. And Nicov's not going to be taking this one, but if he got a castle up, that would pretty much put a stop on MbL's push. Unless MbL wanted to switch into rounds, but that wouldn't be really the best unit to go for here. Unfortunately, Nicov took a little bit too long to react. I think he was complacent after he took so many mountains from MbL that he thought he probably wasn't going to fall behind at any point. But MbL, just getting the second Siege Workshop up, just managed to outproduce Nicov hard enough that Nicov wasn't able to hold on anymore. Now, we're going to have a lot of knights that he was going for that we saw before. Is it going to be enough? I'm not really sure. MbL's got some knights over here. He had a monk. He ends up losing all the siege and the monk as well. And oh god, this is so bad for MbL though. But he's gonna be going up to Imperial Age. Resources for Nicov, on the other hand, are looking good, but they are not looking quite as good. He does not have enough gold yet. You should be able to clean this up for sure. But MbL is going to be in Imperial Age. And do we have a castle for MbL? Does he have enough stone? He's got enough stone, so he's going to be going for a castle. And where could he place it? He could go for a very ballsy forward castle over here just to push Nicov away from the stone, push him away from the wood over here. Could potentially just go for, alright, a little bit more of a conservative castle back at home. That is still going to be benefiting from the hill advantage. And what's most important about the castle in Imperial Age is the trebuchets. He just goes for a few pikemen that he finally got the upgrade for. A few pikemen and trebuchets, that's going to be very hard for Nicov to push against. Especially as Nicov still is not taking stone. If he doesn't go for a castle, he's not gonna be able to go for the commander on upgrade. And I'm not really sure what is he going to do. What is he going to do against an Imperial Age Celt player? He could potentially go for Siege, but World Raiders are going to be fantastic against Siege. And of course, like, Celt Siege is going to be much superior, right? Like, Persians don't even get Siege Engineers. That is kind of bad. And what is MbL gonna go for? Could potentially go for Onager. Could potentially go for Siege Ram as well. Against Nikov's army, I will probably prefer Onager. Especially if he can protect that with the pikeman. And we are going to need Halberdier upgrade as well for MbL. But let's see. He's already in Imperial Age. Nicov still holds on to his core lead. Gonna end up cleaning the entirety of MbL's forward base on the left hand side of Nikov's base. And now we have a castle coming out here for MbL. It's going to be an optimistic one, but he might be able to get away with it. Only cavalry units for Nicov to defend with right here, and we have a lot of pikemen from MbL. So I think the blue player is eventually going to end up getting that castle up. We already have one trebuchet out for him. And let's see. He should be getting it up, but I'm not really sure why he's not going for it. Oh, Nicov though. Nikov's going to start going for scorpions. It is... Ah, man, I don't know how I feel about it. MbL's got one knight that he could potentially take all 4 monks with. At this point in time, Nicov does not have... Of course, yeah, Persian monks are not going to be the best, and without going for Imperial Age, you're not going to be able to go for Theocracy. But Nicov was recovering faith from all 4 monks. He might have lost them, but MbL was not paying attention to his knight. Instead, he's going to be raiding on the left-hand side, going to be pushing with the trebuchet as well, and that castle is surely coming up. Nicov, as Persians, what can he do? He can potentially go for bombard cannons, even though they are not going to have siege engineers, is going to be strong enough to hold on against trebuchets and potentially even push MbL back, take the castle down. But it's going to take quite some time. He needs to go for chemistry first. Then he also needs to survive against this somehow. And his economy is so idle as well. And what is Nicov trying to do over here? MbL, yeah. MbL is gonna be fine. It is definitely the blue player pushing against red right now. Nicov gets a castle up, and you can bet he didn't get this one by mining stone. He surely bought a lot of stone to get it up. But yeah, going for bombard cannon is probably a little bit more too time consuming for Nicov right now. He needs an answer right away. He's gonna be prioritizing conscription though, which I find a little bit surprising. But he's gonna be going for trebuchets after that. Pikemen on the left hand side raiding Nikov's base. We have Bold Raiders on the right hand side raiding Nikov's base. We have trebuchets as well. There's going to be 2 trebuchets for the time being for MbL. Nikov's still not going for trebuchets. He's just finished researching conscription, and he still will not go for it. I think he already went for chemistry if I am not mistaken, but he's not going to be going for bombard cannons for the time being. And I think that is a huge mistake. As long as MbL's siege is left unattended, Nikov's not going to be able to stop this push. He needs to take care of MbL's siege. And unfortunately, he doesn't have what it takes right now. He's going to be going for the bombard cannon from 1 siege workshop, but he already lost 2. Could have been much better for him. Now he's going to lose 1 mangonel over there. What is Nicov going to do to this in response to this? Is going to be expanding his economy over to the sides. And just as MbL keeps on pushing Nikov's base in the middle, Nikov's base kind of collapses into the sides, as it's quite common in high-level gameplay. Now Nikov's gonna end up losing the castle as well. Where's the bombard cannon? Bombard cannon is going down to the Bold Raiders. I think it's over, guys. I think it's over. Yeah, there we go. GG. I think it was over since Nicov didn't try to go for a castle in Castle Age, and even more so after he failed to react to MbL's push. He failed to go for bombard cannons faster. Very well played. Very well played. GG. That's going to be 1-0 in favor of MbL, and we're going to go back and let's see if we can find another one. Statistics, real quick. Military, we have a KD of about 10-9, in favor of MbL, surprisingly. Remember that Nicov was having a much higher KD up until Imperial Age. Largest army, 33-23 in favor of MbL, so 10 extra military units. For economy, better economy for MbL across the board. And finally, for technology, Imperial Age, Castle Age faster for Nicov. I'm really struggling to turn that into an actual lead, and MbL, faster Imperial Age, really taking advantage of it and getting a massive lead out of it. Few extra villages for MbL, not too many though, but Nikov's economy was greatly disrupted since Castle Age, and that is going to be GG.